We could cable Captain Collins in Sydney. He owes us $500.
Last time you saw Collins, you broke his nose.
I know, but he still owes us $500, and the least he could do would be, here's the manager.
Act natural, smile. Good evening, sir. What do you know? He didn't ask for the rent.
Yeah. Hey, you know, with our luggage, we could hock that, and we could get... That was our luggage. Hey, you...
Hey, wait a minute. When you're 4 weeks behind in your rent, you gotta expect things like that.
Yeah, but my boots are in there.
Well, you still got shoes.
I know, but they were so soft, I was figuring on eating them. Tim, I'm so hungry, Look, I haven't got any matches left.
Hey, what time is it?
Time is it? Who cares?
Your watch.
Well, it's about... The watch. 2 T-bone steaks.
You want to get us thrown in the clink?
Well, at least they'll feed us there. Tim, I'm starving to death.
Relax. We're gonna eat.
Une table, messieurs? Par ici, s'il vous plaît. Here we are, messieurs. And would you care to see a menu, or...
Just bring us a lot of food.
A couple of steaks, French fries, vegetables.
Oui, monsieur.
There you are. Now, that ought to cover it. That's been in the family 100 years. It's an heirloom. Solid gold. Worth at least $100.
You are Mr. Smith now and Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, that's right.
You live at the Hotel Leblanc?
Oui.
Mm-hmm. And your 4 weeks hotel bill, this will apply to the bill.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you got to do with the hotel?
My brother owns the hotel. Please, monsieur, no trouble. Just leave.
Come on, give me back my watch.
Look, we told you, brother, we'd send in the money.
And when you do, you get the heirloom back. Out!
Now, let us go. We don't want any trouble.
You'd better eat first, don't you think? Would you mind if I had my dessert here?
Mind?
But, Mademoiselle Forrest, these men, they were just leaving.
I heard. Would you bring my dessert, please, and whatever they ordered, and put it on my bill?
Table.
You don't mind, do you?
Oh, he doesn't mind. He's just in shock. He hasn't seen anything as beautiful as you since he left the States.
How long since you've seen a top sirloin?
Oh, about a month. But he's right. I'm Tim Kelly.
How do you do? Jan Forrest.
Toubo Smith.
Hello.
How are you?
You are Americans, aren't you?
Oh, we've been over here so long, I'm beginning to wonder.
Do you make a practice of buying meals for stray Americans, Miss Forrest?
I never know when I may need a handout myself.
You'll never have any trouble, girl. We'll pay you back as soon as we get a break.
Well, what was it, fellas? Oil or uranium?
Huh?
Well, I know you're not tourists, and you look a little too rugged to be on the beach and a little too honest to be in the black market.
It was oil. We came down to string pipe from Mercedes to Port Barreau.
And the government canceled the permit.
I heard about that.
Then you're no tourist yourself.
No. I'm a writer. Travel magazines, newspapers.
You and your husband?
Just me and my typewriter. Thank you.
Oh, man, oh, man. Did you ever see anything as beautiful as that?
You see. Replaced by top sirloin.
What are you writing now, Miss Forrest?
Finishing a magazine series. Profile on the new Africa. Important people, exciting places.
Kind of rough work for a woman, isn't it?
Oh, I can take care of myself. I guess Benny and I have covered 5,000 miles without a scratch.
Benny? I knew there was a guy.
Benny happens to be a Jeep. We're a surplus vehicle I picked up in Casablanca. With all the camera equipment I carry,
What's the matter?
Oh, just someone I didn't particularly want to meet tonight.
Point him out. We'll take care of it.
No, it isn't serious, but look, would you mind if I just sort of ducked out?
Yeah, we would. Or is it really personal and private?
Oh, not really, but... Well, it's too late. He's seen me. I may have to tell a fib or two.
Wait till you hear Toubo. We won't let you down.
Ah, Jan, this is a surprise.
Hello, Mr. Headley. Oh, these are a couple of friends of mine. Mr. Smith, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Headley.
How are you?
How do you do?
I am.
Howdy. Oh, please sit down. Jan, I called you at the hotel. I want you to have dinner with me.
Sorry. Tim and Toubo just got in and insisted on throwing a party.
Yeah, we practically had to drag her down here.
Well, then I wouldn't want to break up this wonderful party. I'll call you later at the hotel.
Yes, of course.
So long, Mr. Headley.
Do you plan to be in Algiers very long?
No plans at all.
Oh, that's nice. If there's anything I can do for you, Jan knows where to get in touch.
Thanks. Seems like a nice guy.
Well, yes, he is. I just didn't particularly want to meet him tonight.
Sure. You know, we owe you a favor. You got something on your mind. How about it?
I don't understand.
You've got trouble. You want some help?
Oh, Mr. Kelly, it isn't really serious, just complicated. Well, I've got to get back to the hotel and do some work.
We'll see you home.
No, please, it's just around the corner.
Hotel LeBlanc?
Yes.
That character giving you trouble?
No.
Call you tomorrow?
I'd better call you. Good night.
What do you think? That is none of our business. She's awful pretty. Yeah, she's awful scared.
What are we waiting for? She went down the alley.
Yeah, with a couple of shadows. No better than to take a dark alley in this town.
Well, it's the back entrance to the hotel. I thought I'd just say them that...
Yeah, looks like we woke up the local law.
Good, we can get rid of these guys.
Mr. Kelly, please, let him go.
Let them go.
Look, I know what I'm doing. I'll explain later. Let him go.
And don't come back.
Come on. Well, I just got in this morning from Tangier.
Well, it looks like you dressed in a hurry.
Not serious, huh? Just complicated?
Well, I guess it's getting out of hand.
You want me to phone the police?
No. Just put everything on the bed. I'm going to pack and get out of here.
Don't you think it's about time you gave us the score?
Yeah. About a month ago, I stumbled onto a story. A big story. Well, I should have gotten out of here and then written it.
What kind of a story?
Do you know what gold sells for here in Algiers today?
Wouldn't make any difference. We haven't got any money.
$35 an ounce. But just 600 miles away, it brings double that.
Oh, you mean the black market in Tangier?
Mm-hmm. Gold from a bank not 3 blocks from here is ending up there.
There's a law against taking gold out of Algiers.
That's my story. How he gets it past customs.
He?
John Headley. He owns the bank and runs the operation. I had an idea for a picture story tracing American merchandise after it arrived in Africa.
Merchandise.
Household goods, things to modernize Africa. I saw some refrigerators on the docks and followed them to a warehouse near Headley's bank. He shipped them by truck to Tangier.
What's that got to do with gold?
Headley removed the motors and substituted gold bars in the engine compartment. That kept the weight the same.
How'd you find that out?
Sneaked in the warehouse to get some candid camera shots. When I realized what he was doing, I started investigating.
After you notified the police.
No, I wanted the whole story to myself. I figured I'd make page 1 in every paper in the States.
The obituary columns.
What were they after? The pictures?
Sure. Well, I've got enough to put Headley in jail, but they didn't get them. They're in my Jeep with my camera equipment in a garage I rent down the street.
Well, we better get rolling.
Where?
Get that Jeep first.
And then the police.
Oh. Do you know where they take that gold in Tangier?
Yeah. A warehouse just on the edge of town.
Good. When we get to Tangier, you file your story. That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
She could do that here. What do we want to drive 600 miles for? Maybe get shot at.
You know why?
I think I'm beginning to, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, well, that's fine. How about cutting me in on it?
Informer's percentage on contraband. In this case, gold. How much do you think the French government will pay, Jan?
10%, maybe 20.
How much do you ship?
Headley's moved at least $250,000 in the last 6 months.
$250,000. Let's get that Jeep, boy.
It may not be easy now that Headley knows.
When did he find out?
Well, I thought I had him fooled until tonight. You see, he thought I was going to include him in a story about important men in Africa.
Oh, he must have loved that.
Go ahead. Get that bag closed. We'll get out of here.
Hello? Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Headley. Well, no. I just got in.
Look out! Hey, Toubo. You all right?
Yeah. Miss Forrest, you ought to pay your room rent.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Well, what about your things, your luggage?
We hocked everything but a razor.
Who needs a razor after a close shave like that? I'm lucky to ever grow a beard again.
I don't suppose either of you have a gun.
It's against the law to carry one, isn't it?
Be my guest.
Duck. Go ahead.
Come on, they've gone. Oh, break it up, boy. They've gone. Here.
Mr. Kelly, we better get out of here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good.
It's a great car for a getaway.
Oh, I didn't buy it for a getaway.
Plenty gas?
Filled it yesterday.
Well, here we go.
I'll get the water.
I've driven this road dozens of times. We're better than halfway.
We made pretty good time so far.
I hope there's a chiropractor in Tangier. My backbone will never be the same. You know, I think they shot the springs out from this baby during the war.
Tired?
A little. How about you?
I'm still too scared to be tired.
You pick rough people to play games with.
I'm lucky I met you in Toubo. You play pretty rough yourself.
It's our work. All our work is rough, but we get paid for it.
Is that the only reason you decided to help me, just because you get paid for it?
I didn't mind sticking my neck out, but I've no right to involve Toubo unless we get paid off.
Completely commercial, aren't you?
Aren't you?
I suppose so.
Nobody's going to sell us for drinking water, but at least it's wet. You think this baby's gonna make it to Tangier?
I didn't think it'd make it up the last hill.
Next place we get, we better stop and get a replacement.
Like what? One slightly used camel? What do we use for money?
Hey, you want me to drive?
Go ahead.
We didn't think Benny was gonna make it.
But it's got to.
Maybe we better get a replacement for the next town before it breaks down. If you can afford it.
Oh, but I can't. I haven't got that kind of money.
Just an idea. So we drive it till it quits, then work.
Merci bien, monsieur. A bientôt.
What's this, a hotel?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I rented a house in Tangier. It's cheaper than a hotel room.
Does Headley know about this place?
Oh, I don't see how he could. I never saw him in Tangier.
Uh-huh. How far is the warehouse from here?
About half a mile.
Now, why stop here? Let's get out and stake out the joint and call the police, huh?
Well, I thought we could telephone the police from here and have them meet us at the warehouse.
Don't you? What about your gear, your cameras and stuff?
Oh, they'll be all right.
Well, you better take one of the pictures in it.
I guess you're right. It's a small one, Toubo.
This one?
That's it.
Well, at least that's what I call perfect timing. Right through to the tread.
Ah, forget it. With the money we're going to collect, we can buy 3 new Jeeps.
Yeah, but we haven't collected yet, and we've still got to drive to the warehouse.
Oh, I'll have the spare on in no time. Be ready by the time you are.
I use this for a home base whenever I'm in Tangier. I'll telephone. Hello, give me the police. Hello, who's this, please? Oh, Inspector. This is Jan Forrest. I'm an American writer. I met you about 3... Oh, you remember? Inspector, can you meet me opposite the market on Rue Vendôme as quickly as possible? No, well, I'll explain when I get there, but it's terribly important. Thank you. We're in luck. Inspector Doucet, he'll meet us there.
Good. Here. You won't need this anymore.
Thanks. Well, we'd better see how Toubo's doing.
Just a minute, Jan. I know this isn't the time or the place, but it's on my mind.
What, Tim?
I've kicked around all over the world. I've never met a girl like you.
I'm glad, Tim. I feel the same way.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Well, this isn't much of a life for a woman, is it? Living out of a suitcase and driving a Jeep, packing a typewriter in and out of hotels.
I'm used to it. And besides, I don't intend to do it all my life. What about you?
I want to settle down. How about it, Jan?
Well, I don't quite know what to say, Tim.
Let's get out of here right now. We can grab a plane and be in Paris in the morning.
Oh, Tim, we can't. My story, the gold in the warehouse, we can't just run out.
I could.
Tim, I'll tell you what. We'll drive to the warehouse. You and Toubo wait for the police. I'll go into town and file my story at the telegraph office. And then I'll go anywhere you like.
Oh, I see. Toubo and I wait, huh?
What's the matter? Why are you looking at me like that?
And wait, and wait, and wait. True?
You're making fun of me.
I was never more serious in my life, Jan.
Tim, we've got to go. The police will be waiting.
What police?
You heard me make the call.
I heard you talk. Into a disconnected phone. You didn't have to go to all that trouble to get rid of us.
When did you figure it out, Mr. Kelly?
I'm still adding. I thought that meeting with us in the cafe was rigged. I figured you were in trouble and needed protection.
Headley was going to kill me.
Why? Did you double cross him? That smuggling angle was real, wasn't it?
Yes. I worked for Headley. He decided I knew too much.
Smuggling gold in ice boxes is an old gimmick. Too old for a smart operator like Headley. I knew you were lying then.
Then why did you go for the ride?
I told you in Algiers, money. You must have hijacked some of that gold from Headley. Where is it, here?
You should have waited until you figured it all out, Tim. And this was your second mistake, giving it back. Don't do anything foolish, Tim.
Well, things are beginning to make sense.
Come on in. What's beginning to make sense?
How come my vertebrae got out of place on that ride?
Sorry, I can't wait to hear about it. You can tell Tim. Did you put on the spare?
I put it on.
Thanks. No hard feelings, Tim? I'll see you boys around.
You think you're going for a walk, girlie?
You said you changed the tire.
I did. When I finished, Benny fell off the jack, broke the axle. Wouldn't happen to an ordinary Jeep.
Ordinary.
No wonder that I thought the springs were shot out. No wonder that Benny couldn't climb those hills.
The gold.
Sure. Must have been 250 pounds under the floorboards. I couldn't even lift it.
So you carried the stuff. Right through customs with a smile and a merci bien. I gotta hand it to you, Jan.
You did.
Benny's tired.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. Right down the middle, 50-50. We get another car and deliver it tonight.
Well, now, that's pretty generous. What do you think?
Well, why should we split?
Oh, don't be greedy. 2 reasons. First, I know where to fence the gold. Second, this.
Well, what good is that without this? You got us all wrong, baby. 10% for turning up illegal gold? This we take. But the gold? That goes to the police. Maybe. Hey! Let her go.
He just hit in the leg. He's all right. All that dough, and what do we wind up with?
Fresh air?
I still think they owe us 10% of that stuff.
Toubo. We drove that Jeep into Tangier, remember?
Yeah?
They could have put us away for 50 years.
Is that what they'll give Jan?
Well, if they catch you. Do you know something? I don't think they will.
Are you thinking or hoping?
Well, maybe a little of both.